Free News World, Today story. The biggest bombshells from the Gwyneth Paltrow ski crash trial. The first week of Gwyneth Paltrow's trial over a ski accident in Utah in 2016 is over. After a crash at the Deer Valley Ski Resort, retired optometrist Terry Sanderson wants the founder of Goop to pay him $300,000. Sanderson's lawsuit says that Paltrow hit Sanderson and skied off, leaving him with a permanent traumatic brain injury, 4 broken ribs, pain, suffering, loss of enjoyment of life, and emotional distress and disfigurement. Paltrow got up, turned around, and skied away, leaving Sanderson stunned and badly hurt in the snow, the 2019 complaint says. A ski instructor at Deer Valley who was teaching Gwyneth Paltrow but didn't see the crash skied over to Sanderson, saw that he was hurt, and skied away, saying that Sanderson had caused the accident. This was not true. Paltrow says Sanderson actually skied into her and that she stayed until the Deer Valley Resort ski instructor told her it was okay to leave. The 50-year-old actress also said Sanderson had said before that he didn't remember the accident very well. The Shakespeare in Love star sued back for $1 and her lawyer's fees. Last week, the jury trial started in Park City, Utah. Here are the most shocking things that came out in the first week of the trial. Paltrow testified in court on Friday that she first thought the crash she was in was a sexual assault. Paltrow said, "So that was a quick thought I had when I was trying to figure out what was going on. 2 skis came between my skis, pushing my legs apart, and then a body pushed against me. My mind was trying to figure out what was going on," she said. "I thought to myself, is this a joke? Is anyone doing something wrong? My thoughts were going very, very fast, and I was trying to figure out what had happened. When the 2 fell to the ground," Paltrow said, "it felt like they were spooning." She also said that she wasn't saying she was sexually assaulted, but that's what went through her mind when it happened. Sanderson's lawyers say that the plaintiff's personality has changed a lot, which they say is because of the traumatic brain injury he claims to have gotten in the crash. On the second day of the trial, an expert witness named Dr. Wendell Gibby was asked to talk about Sanderson's personality. Gibby said, "Terry was a very high-functioning, high-energy person. He did many different things every day. Meeting groups, wine tasting, skiing, volunteering. But after his accident, he got worse quickly, and he stopped doing most of the things he used to do. He could usually work on several things at once, but he had to sit there and work very hard on just one thing. For example, he would go to Home Depot and forget why he was there. He also felt like his depression got worse. And so, these are all very common signs of someone who has been hurt badly." During witness testimony, Sanderson's lawyer, Lawrence D. Buehler, said that Sanderson's relationships with his then-girlfriend and his daughters changed after the accident. Sanderson's lawyer said that after the ski accident, the retired eye doctor got very angry with his grandchild. Sanderson's daughter, Polly Grasham, testified that more than a year after the accident, she knew something was terribly wrong with her father. His processing speeds were slower, she said, and the work it took, especially when we were together. "I felt like, wow. I almost thought he was going to drool because he wasn't talking to anyone and had gone to a quiet corner by himself." Before Paltrow testified on Friday, Sanderson's other daughter, Shay Sanderson Harith, took the stand to talk about an incident between her daughter and Sanderson that showed how the plaintiff's personality had changed. Harith said that her father insulted her while he was trying to close the door of her Honda Odyssey. They were taking their kids to a dance studio at the time. Sanderson tried to close the door, but Harith's daughter told him that her mom could fix the problem. He yelled at the boy. Sanderson's oldest daughter said that the event harmed the relationship between her father and his granddaughter. "When I walked in the front door, I looked back at my little girl and saw that her cheeks were red and that she was crying. And she is constantly put down and made to feel stupid." Harith said this in court. "It was terrible. Awful experience," she said. "And I've never heard my dad raise his voice, scream, put down, or do anything like that. He never did anything like that before." Craig Ramone, a friend of Sanderson's, was the first person to testify on Tuesday. He seemed to have a hard time remembering what happened. Ramon was skiing nearby, and it is said that he heard a scream just before the crash. He said, "We were skiing down the run when I heard this yell or scream. I looked over. Then I see this skier crash very hard into Terry's back. She hits him in the back right on the spot. The tips of his skis go out like this, and he falls flat on his back." Ramon seemed to have trouble remembering what happened, so Paltrow's lawyer, Stephen Owens, told the witness to look at the almost 300-page deposition the witness had already given. Owens said, "Terry had a helmet on. The person he ran into didn't have a helmet on." "I don't know," Ramon said. He asked Ramon, "Did you say she wasn't wearing a helmet?" Ramon replied, "I don't remember what she was wearing." Owens asked, "Did you tell me before that she wasn't wearing a helmet under oath?" Ramon replied, "I don't know what to say. I didn't really notice what she was wearing." Before asking any more questions, Paltrow's lawyer reminded Ramon that he had already said this under oath. Paltrow said in court that Ramon can't see colors, was 40 feet away, and that what he said is not what happened. Her counsel requested a break from the cameras in the Park City, Utah, courthouse due of Paltrow's fame. A camera in front of Paltrow and her lawyer violated court decorum on day 2. Owens noted that court regulations carry criminal penalties and removed it. "I want it to stop," Owens said immediately after court began. "Not me. Please comply, photographer. Court allows coverage. Expect an image when speaking into a microphone," judge replied. "I consider this a violation and have requested that the reporter be informed that this is interrupting our proceedings. If that happens again, the reporter must leave." Paltrow's legal team stated that reporters had a camera, inches away, from her face Tuesday in front of her car. Many outlets are live-streaming the trial, and an Associated Press photographer is in the courtroom. Paltrow's lawyer announced on the opening day of the trial that her husband Brad Falchuk and 2 children, Apple, 18, and Moses, 16, will testify. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe.